Welcome back to Rich Words Music, where today we're looking at this. It's the Teisco Overdrive Pedal by Teisco, and chances are if you're familiar with the Teisco brand name, you'll be thinking of quirky offset electric guitars that came out of Japan in the 50s, 60s and 70s. And while those guitars haven't been built for decades now, more recently a company called BandLab has purchased the rights to the Teisco brand name, and they've come out with this line of also rather quirky effects pedals. Now this is the Overdrive, which we're looking at today, but there's also a boost, a fuzz, a distortion and a delay pedal too, and I'll link to the Teisco website down there so you can go and check them out at your leisure. But today we're checking out the Overdrive pedal, and this is actually something that I feel a lot of you will be quite interested in because it's one of those mythical buzzword transparent overdrive pedals. Now Teisco say it's the latest in the line of transparent dirt boxes, and what that basically means is it'll take the signal of your electric guitar and give you more of that and overdrive it and not really radically alter the character of your tone. So if you're playing a Telecaster, you'll still hear that you're playing a Telecaster. If you're playing a humbucker equipped Les Paul through this device, you'll hear that you're playing a Les Paul. So it just gives you more of that, but preserves the character and the unique personality of your own guitar, or at least that's the idea. So what exactly do we have here on the pedal? Well, we've got the on-off switch here. The 9-volt power supply is actually on the side there, which is something I'd rather see up there, but there you go, quirks of the design, I guess. We've got a treble and bass here, so 2 EQ controls. We've got a gain control here and a level here, and in the middle we've got a 2-way switch, which is called kick. When it's down, we're in standard mode. Push it up to activate the kick, which gives us a little bit of a gain boost and also a little bit of a mid hump, which might take away a little bit of the transparent overdrive nature of the pedal a bit, but we will see in the playing part of this demo. So how did I come across this pedal? Because I'd never really heard of Teisco pedals. Well, I was at Henning Pauli's 42 Gear Street event last year, and the rep from Teisco pedals, Volker, gave me this at the end of the event. He said, have a go with it because you like your transparent overdrive pedals. And I said, what kind of overdrive is it? And he said, well, it's kind of one of those where you might really at some points not notice that you've got it on, but it's when you turn it off that you'll realize what it's been doing for your sound. So what we're going to do now then is play this Teisco overdrive pedal. I'm going to play it with my Fender Telecaster for some single coil tones and my Epiphone Les Paul for some humbucking tones, so we can really hear the extremes you can get to with the pedal. My rig for today is going to be my Hughes & Kettner Black Spirit 200 head. We'll be on the amps clean channel for the majority of the video, but at the end I'll switch over to the amps crunch channel so we'll hear how this runs into a dirty amp. Enough talk then, this is the Teisco overdrive pedal. Let's play it now and we'll speak in more detail about it afterwards. Okay then, so that was the Teisco Overdrive pedal, and I hope you enjoyed the playing and the tones. And I have to say straight off the bat that I've been really pleasantly surprised with this pedal in the months since I've had it. I was given it at the 42 Gear Street event. At the end of the event, actually, I'd not had a chance to try it at the show, and I had little to no expectations about what this pedal was going to be. It was a transparent overdrive after all, and I've got a bunch of those. I really love my transparent overdrives, so where was this one going to fit in? Now, I tend to use my Greer Lightspeed a lot of the time, but I also have other pedals like the Paul Cochrane Timmy. Now, I use the Wampler Pantheon a lot for transparent overdrive tones. I've got a wealth of transparent drives at my disposal, let's put it that way. So I really was wondering how the Teisco was going to fit in. And when I got it home, I did end up putting it on my board and testing it out and being really pleased with it. But for some reason, it ended up coming off my board for a while, and I sort of forgot about it for a bit. Then I put it back on, used it a bit more, and it sort of became indispensable to me. It's similar to the Lightspeed in a way, in that it basically always seems to make me sound and play better. And that's pretty much the highest praise I can give a transparent overdrive pedal. So I'm really pleased with it. It's very versatile, and it does a bunch of different things. But what I'm going to do now is go through the things I like about the pedal and a couple of things that I don't like about the pedal, and then we'll do a conclusion about it. So these are the things I like about the Teisco Overdrive then. First would be the tones and the versatility. I really like the sounds of this pedal, and it does a bunch of them too. You'll have heard that from the sound samples that I just played. Everything from a push clean through to a light drive for indie, through to medium drive for classic rock, and even a bit of hard rock. The Teisco Overdrive has those tones in spades, and it really does offer you something different based on the guitars that you're using too. You'll have heard that with the Telecaster, it was bright, it had a lot of top end, it was really bitey and cut through really well, whereas with the Epiphone Les Paul, with those thicker, fatter humbuckers, you got thicker, fatter tones. You had a lot more of a fuller sound, and it got really chunky for some of the hard rock. You can go a lot heavier with this pedal if you're using higher output humbuckers, and that kind of reinforces the transparent overdrive name tag there. You know, the Telecaster sounded like a pushed Telecaster, the Les Paul sounded like a pushed Les Paul with humbuckers. But I have other guitars with P90s and mini humbuckers, and those also retain their own personal characters when played with the Teisco Overdrive pedal. Now, part of the pedal's versatility is down to the fact that we have the kick control here, and we also have a 2-band EQ. On a lot of transparent overdrives, for example my Greer Lightspeed, you'll see a single tone or frequency control, which is great, which gives you many settings, but with this, with separate treble and bass controls, we have a lot more in terms of tone sculpting capabilities. And when it came to needing a little bit more, you engage the kick, you get a bit of a mid-hump, a bit more drive, and that will take you to different tonal places. Now, it's subtle or not quite so subtle depending on where the gain control is, but you just have so many options, and I really think you can hear that well in the loops that I played. I'm really impressed with the versatility of this pedal, and really happy with how it sounds for pretty much all of the tone samples that I did. Now, you'll have heard at the end that for metal, it doesn't really do the chugging thing. It's not really a tight pedal with loads of low end, but that's not what this pedal is built for. If you want that, you'll need to get another kind of pedal. And one other thing I just want to mention that I really like about this pedal is how well it plays with others. It stacks very well indeed. You've heard it in this video going into the crunch channel of my Black Spirit 200 amp, and that gives you a really good push for hard rock tones, for that kind of thing, but it also works really well in tandem with other overdrives. My favorite being going into combination with the Greer Lightspeed pedal. These two together gives me a really nice pushed medium to almost high gain overdrive tone. Really nice, and I think I might do a future video where I stack them together and show you more of the stacking options. Now, there's a couple of things that I don't quite like so much about this pedal either, which I just thought I would mention here. The first is with the level control. Now, this is probably a personal thing, and it's not actually an issue in a way because I got it to be loud enough for me, but I just thought that throughout the entire video I had the level up on the pedal at almost full. It's almost, well, pretty much dimed, and I had to get it like that just to get past unity gain, just to get a little bit of a push when activating the pedal. Now, as I said, it wasn't really a problem because I got to where I wanted to be, but I would like it if I was at unity gain at about halfway up on the pedal here, and I had a bit more headroom in it so I could get more of a decibel boost if that was something that I really wanted. As I said, not an issue in this video because I got the tones that I wanted, but if something that you would want is a really loud, pure, clean boost from this, this might not be the pedal for you. The other thing that I'd like to mention that perhaps is not 100% perfect is that, just like many other transparent overdrive pedals, dime the gain and the volume on this and you are going to get a bit of noise, but that is absolutely normal for an overdrive pedal. But apart from those two really minor things, there's nothing at all for me to dislike about the Teisco Overdrive pedal, and it's become an integral part of my tone over the past few months, and I can't speak higher of it than that, really. You know, the list of transparent overdrive pedals out there is as long as my arm. I don't have particularly long arms, but there's a lot of transparent overdrive pedals out there. You know, I've named a couple in this video. There's many more, so there's a lot of competition out there, and what I would recommend you do is, if you're looking for a transparent low to medium gain drive pedal, check this one out if you can, because it might just float your boat, and it's something a little bit different as well. Okay, it'll give you those similar tones, but it's made in Singapore, so it's different in that way. You've got this zinc housing which looks and feels a little bit different. You've also got these two EQ controls, so the treble and the bass controls are kind of an advantage over a single tone control. They'll give you more control over your tone. You've got the kick there as well to really take you into different tonal palettes if that's your thing. Like I said, everything from a push clean through to mild indie through to classic and even hard rock sounds great for me with all my guitars with this pedal, and there's not really that many pedals that will do that for me. So full marks for the Teisco Overdrive pedal for me. Check one out if you've got one in the local region to you, because I really think that this is kind of a sleeper pedal that lots of people haven't really got the chance to discover yet, because it's not really one of those hyped up internet brand names. But give it a go and it might just be your next thing. Who knows? I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Stick around with the Rich Words music channel if you enjoyed this video. There's plenty more in the nature of these ones that you'll see here at the side of the screen. But I've been Rich for Rich Words Music, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.